Something about tapes.
Hey, hello.
Yo.
Welcome to the podcast, Something About Tapes, where we listen to tapes and stuff. Yes, the whole objective. Hold on. We got a big box of tapes. We're going to listen to some tapes that have no labels on them. See what's on the tape. There's loads of tapes without any information on it. What? Let's find out what's on it, right?
Hopefully we find some samples that we can jam on, because we've got this equipment.
Woo. Got some music stuff. So the objective is, we're going to chat some shit, then we're going to look at the tapes and see if we can discover something cool, something lost, and then we're going to jam over a cassette that we know the title of, that we think might be funny.
None of them initially sound funny, apart from that 110% solutions one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That one. That. And stuff like that. And that's the objective. That's the briefest little thing I wanted to give. I just wanted to let people know, because this is the first time we're doing a video. It's the first time it's on YouTube. All right.
Done. Very good. That was 1 minute.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Speeding everyone into it.
Let's go.
Who are we? I am Joe. That is Shane. We are Corcoran. We are Corcoran. We are Corcoran. Now, our last name is Corcoran because we're brothers, believe it or not. And that's the joke I do as the intro. We are Corcoran.
There's 22 episodes of him doing that.
Yeah.
I'm still not on board.
Yeah. That's what I've got written down as well. I've got written down like, do We Are Corcoran as the opener.
Oh god. Now we just have to switch to like, so what you been at?
So, podcast.
So we're podding hard right now.
Well, like, I am an amateur comedian guy. I do stand-up and shit like that. Shane's a music producer. That's sort of what he's doing. So I'm going to like comedy gigs and shit.
Yeah, and
Shane's
I'm going to
raves
to
and raves.
Fucking record fairs and meeting all the big wigs.
Yeah. So that's what we end up talking about a little bit.
That's pretty much our life, though. What else are we meant to talk about?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can't make stuff up. We can plunder our pasts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We've done quite a lot of that.
That's what we've been doing. So for anyone who has been listening to the pod, we've done like a deep dive into the band I used to be in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's too early to do that.
Yeah.
It's too early to tell everyone to subscribe to Patreon, because they will get to watch a 2-hour documentary.
Later. That'll come as later. Yeah. But yeah, what have you been up to? You been doing anything?
Raving. Been to raves, been to record fairs, been meeting record execs, all that good stuff.
Right.
Nightclubs.
Anything notable? Putting you on the spot.
I mean, not really. It's always mental going into nightclubs, and some of these parties we go to are day ones as well.
You mentioned some guy on ketamine or whatever. That was funny. What do you think about that? Showing you his farm.
That was in Bristol.
The problem with raves at the moment is that kids are
a lot of people are on ketamine. It's really strange. Like, I go sober. Like, I drive there, I drive back, because they finish at 5 a.m. or whatever. I'm not going to stay in a bloody hotel, or I've learned my lesson sleeping in a van in Bristol.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the maddest ones always seem to be in Bristol for some reason.
Well, I don't understand doing cat and then going to do something that's like energetic.
They just stumble about.
Like,
that's if you've done too much, I think.
I went to a house party once, and I might have said it on the pod already, but fuck it. I walked in, and it was like a house party. Like, everyone's like, and then I went to go in the living room, because that's where everyone usually hangs out.
That's where the cool people are.
And my mate was just like, oh. Like, and I was like, what's up? And he was like, they're doing cat in there.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, and I cracked the door, honestly. And there was like 4 guys all sat on the sofa, like literally like that. And they had the TV on just blue. And they were just like,
just on blue.
There's such a party.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, well, I was at, it's in a church, this party. I might have mentioned it already. It was in Bristol, Trinity Centre, mad.
But it's not still a church.
It used to be a church. It's been whatever the word is for making it an unholy space, because unholy things happen in there now. And yeah, it was mad. Everyone was just stumbling about on ketamine, and like one guy he was like being ping-ponged around the rave.
He's getting pushed.
He kept coming up behind me and like putting his arms around me like he was going to hug me. So I'd just see two hands appear from behind me and I'd be like, oh. And
Did you not?
so what are you doing, bro? JB was like pushing him away, like, fuck off, mate. And he'd go off to the next guy. And he kept coming back and he was just like pointing at his thumbnail. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? What is this guy on?
Yeah.
And it's ketamine. It's always ketamine. Every time you think, why is this guy acting weird?
But is it trippy rush? Is that what's happening?
I've never done it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Apparently, the small amounts of it is like a real low psychedelic buzz. But if you do too much, you basically turn into Mr. Soft.
Just go jello. I had that at the fucking... at Download Festival.
What, you turned into Mr. Soft?
No, I didn't do the cat. But there was a guy, and like I was watching a band or whatever, and then this guy just come up beside me, and he was literally doing this.
Yeah, that's it. That's the guy.
He was literally like...
That's him.
Stood up, but had no like back support whatsoever.
Yeah, that's them. They're defying gravity. They're like...
I was like, what you on?
They're like,
drinking.
They're like a reverse Michael Jackson.
Yeah. It's like that Foster's advert.
Yeah.
You know, and they're all just leant back.
I keep saying Mr. Soft because it was an advert. It was a Trebor Mints, Soft Mints advert.
I don't know.
And he was all like walking around all squishy.
They still do soft. Well, I've only known Trebor as them really powerful mints.
The super potent ones, yeah. Only soft. I don't know if they do soft.
I have not seen. I don't know. There's Mr. Softy reference. It's like 20 years old or more.
Jesus Christ.
I
have to pull the video.
Is it 2000?
Yeah, definitely 90s. Late 90s.
Yeah, I have no. When you say Mr.
Get behind me.
When you say Mr. Softy, I'm like Ice Cream Man. I have no. I just imagine a 99 cone.
I don't know if I can pull it up.
Not on the video one. I have to edit
we can't. All right, I won't. You'll put it in at the end.
Yeah, I'll find the Mr. Softy clip.
But yeah, ketamine raves are very strange.
Yeah.
People like, I guess in the 90s, people were doing ecstasy and whatnot. And so everyone was like mad and buzzy and hugging and kissing people. Yeah. And now it's just a load of sweaty, drunk looking people stumbling around.
Like goblins.
Yeah. It's really fucking weird. That same night, end of the party, literally 5 a.m, went down to use the urinal, girl in there having a piss. Like
in the urinal?
She squatted over the urinal. I'm stood there. She backed up to it. She pulled her...
No way.
She slowly backed up to it like some sort of slug. And me and this guy were stood and I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, holy shit, bro. He was just like, fuck that.
And then you both just started whacking off.
Mate, we just walked, like, he ran out of the room. That's and funny. I was literally right behind him. He looked behind me like, what the fuck, was she having a shit? I was like, I don't know, bro.
Imagine.
I literally walked upstairs, went straight up to the security and was like, there's a girl off her head pissing or shitting in the men's urinal. And he just went, yeah, bro.
That is the response.
He was like leant on a stool like that. He was like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
I think that's a valid response to that kind of request.
I didn't know really what. I was just in like, whoa, that's crazy. I didn't even know why I went to the security man and told him.
Traumatized.
It was fucking scary. I'm like, what's she doing? It was all slow motion because she was all ketted up. Yeah, mental.
That's funny.
What?
She a big girl? Or
nah, average.
Ginger,
as you like.
Because the problem with that is... obviously, she's pissing in the urinal. I mean, there's
Is there a bit where they're in?
There's more layers to the problem, in that a urinal is literally covered in piss as well,
dude.
Like, there's no. When you go to a urinal as a man, you just kind of go like, just let it happen. Like,
I stand about 2 meters back.
We're all doing swords. We're all crossing swords.
I'm just so grossed out by the whole environment. I'm like, I'm still outside the toilet. Like,
those ones that are like a trough,
yeah,
like the big long urinal.
Yeah,
I would just stand in the middle of it and like I just kind of go
try
around.
And act like some sort of cleaning device.
Just just get all the stuff in one area.
Wait, we spoke about it in the last one with Shunt, didn't we? The guy who washes his fingers in
the trough. Disgusting. Hopefully you've seen that video on the internet. I'm not putting it in the pod.
Put it in. Oh god.
But yeah, if there's 2 urinals, like the porcelain ones, the egg-shaped ones.
Yeah.
Fucking, I will stand at that one. My mate will stand at the other one, and we'll pee in each other's urine.
I tell you now, mate. There's none of them at the clubs I've been going to. Yeah. They're all big metal troughs or a hole in the floor.
French pee hole.
And everyone is just queuing up for the one cubicle because they're all doing drugs in there.
Yeah. So a massive trough here, guys. Come on. It's like,
Come
no, we
swords.
all need a shit. All 15 of us need the cubicle.
Fucking hell. Yeah. That's a crazy environment, mate. It's a mad environment to hang out in, especially sober.
Yeah.
Mental.
It's is there any Cygoffs?
Yeah, especially at the Bristol ones.
A couple Cygoffs.
Yeah. That one I went to last minute.
Did they do that?
Yeah, they do. The Dissonance one that I went to in Bristol literally last week. I walked in and the whole DJ booth was behind like a massive cage.
Yeah, and it's locked in.
My mate was like, "What's the cage for?" And I was like, "I don't know. Actually, it's well weird." And literally by the end of the night, there was
it was like a zoo animal.
Yeah, but the DJs were the animals.
Yeah.
But it was to keep what I learned in the end was to keep the actual animals out away from the DJ because they were grabbing that cage and violently shaking.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think they were just overwhelmed by the pace of jungle breaks.
You see, I'd imagine that's more cocaine. As people were like, ah.
They were young. They were like 20-year-olds, them lads, that were doing that. Everyone else was Cygoffs at the back going. Bristol's a mad place, man.
Jungle has that weird thing where it's like in line with metalheads.
It was very
like
metal.
The label was called like metalheads, and stuff like that. And I feel like it's got like
there's a big crossover there, especially like the darker, heavier jungle stuff.
Yeah,
that party, it felt like going to one of your gigs like back in the day because it was just rowdy, bro. It was rowdy.
Goths.
That one, it was full of fucking Cygoffs and people on different types of drugs that I've never heard of. Yeah. It looked like a fancy dress party, but everyone had gone to the same fucking charity shop. It was just a mishmash of fucking clothes and styles.
Yeah.
No one cares. It's Bristol. Do what you want. Have a bonfire in there if you want.
In a rave in a fucking like head to toe leather jacket. You know what I mean? Like there's ones they wear where they look like they're in the Matrix.
Yeah.
I can't.
I've got some videos from
imagine.
that night. I wonder where we can put them. Joe has to edit them in.
I actually watched The Matrix the other day. Have you ever seen The Matrix? Have you seen that film?
Oh God, you're going to out me now as someone that's never seen any popular films ever. I have seen The Matrix. I was on psychedelic drugs.
Yeah, that's the only time to watch The Matrix. Yeah. Same with The Wizard of Oz. Like, there's only 2 times you watch it, when you're a kid and when you're fucked on LSD.
Yeah. I don't think I've got no memory of watching the whole Matrix.
So I'm the same in that I saw it when I was in school, probably like 13, 15 or whatever. Yeah. I remember I had to leave the room during one of the scenes because I was like too young to see all the stuff that was going to go on. Basically.
Well, they popped a pill each.
It was, yeah. So I was just like, oh, I want to watch it. Like, I want to know what that scene was that I never saw, for one. And I want to know
what was it?
Why everyone cracks on about the Matrix. It's like, I'm saying it to you. You haven't fucking seen the film, so you're
I've probably seen the scene though.
The rebirth bit.
Oh yeah, horny as hell.
I think it's just because like all the needles and and I was like scared of needles.
I'm scared of needles.
Yeah, I think my parents were like, you should leave the room for this bit.
Why was Mum there watching it?
No, it was Dad and Gail. We were watching it on TV. I think it was like when it would air on TV.
I thought it was at school. Today we're watching The Matrix.
No, it's a 15. They couldn't.
That'd be hilarious.
We're gonna whack The Matrix on. Actually, saying that at school, the main film we watched was Team America. Yeah, and that's a 15. And there's a big old, what are they called? Marionette dolls.
Puppet.
The puppet. Yeah, it's a big old puppet
string
sex scene.
Puppet. Oh yeah,
in the middle of it. It's funny.
I've never seen that either.
Fuck's sake. Dude, you need to watch Team America. But anyway,
I'll never watch it.
The Matrix. Yeah. People crack on about it like it's fucking the best film ever. It's in people's top 10s and whatnot.
It's because it's real. It's basically a documentary.
Fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah, of course it does.
Such a bad film. I watched the whole. I got halfway through and was kind of like, nah, like just switched it off, and then I was like, oh,
something must happen.
I gotta watch the end of it. Yeah, fucking hell,
protesting.
So I can at least say something about it, like if I watch the whole thing. But yeah, it just fucking sucked. It was the most cringe, like, I don't know. You know, like cool guy energy, like pulling on shades and being like, yo, what?
Basically, and, like, it's Keanu Reeves.
But now we do it as like irony, like do it as a joke, and like
that was.
But like
serious.
that film was like in a time when it could have been a joke, but it was just taking itself like intensely seriously.
Completely serious, yeah.
It's fucking nuts. But yeah, I don't remember any like solid moment from it, but I can just say that if you like that film, you are dumb.
How to fuck it out? There goes our entire audience.
No, honestly though, watch it again. If you like the film, watch it again and be like, I like this film. Like, and watch the scenes and be like, yeah.
What they mean is they like the concept.
No, that's fine. Being like, oh.
Actually, I'm not speaking for a whole world right now.
Yeah.
What everybody means.
I believe.
Talking to someone who's never seen it.
Look, I like the Matrix because I believe we live in a simulation and we're all batteries. We're all just human batteries.
No, I think maybe it's a documentary.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the simulated reality thing, and you're like, oh yeah, well I believe it because this is blah 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 and all these thoughts, philosophical.
Wait, no one actually believes the Matrix, right?
Some people believe we're in a simulated reality and AI has already happened, and we are the batteries that power AI. Can I tell you this? Let me tell you the synopsis of what's happened in the Matrix.
Is that what it is?
In the Matrix, right? Humans, all of us, me and you, yeah.
I can't believe we're doing this.
We are living in a simulation, yeah?
Yeah.
And that simulation's being fed into us by AI, right?
It still required a cable, though, I remember.
Big cable in the back of the head. And no wireless. We've got AI, but we're not wireless yet. Big old cable in the back of the head, right? And AI has been like, it started overtaking, yeah?
It becomes sentient.
Started overtaking humans, and then we went into war with them, yeah?
Yeah.
With AI and robots.
In what form?
Like they were making
real.
It is not explained.
Okay.
Right?
Suddenly it become that guy who can melt into metal and
we went to war with computers, yeah, because they figured out stuff. That's literally the beginning synopsis. We went to war with them, and then we were like, oh, I know, AI powered the switch off the power, right? So they turn off power, right. Yeah, and then AI uses fucking sun. Wow. It uses solar power.
It was so smart,
right?
They figured out solar.
So smart. So we, as humans, went, let's block out the sun! Right? And they do some horrible bomb thing that puts a whole, like a dark cloud around the entire Earth so the sun doesn't come down anymore.
AKA a volcano.
Yeah, like a nuke volcano. Yeah, we nuked Yellowstone and it fucking dusted the planet, right?
Perfect.
So there's no sun anymore, no outside. Yeah. We're contained, right? Yeah. And then the AI was like, oh, well, we can just use the warmth from human bodies and humans in general for power. So we collect up the humans, we give them an imaginary world in their brain, but really they're just in a jar like with a cable in the back of their head, and that's what's powering everything basically. And then Morpheus goes up to Neo and is like, would you like to live in our world where we are literally chased every day by AI and the entire planet is a scourge? And we live in one rocket ship.
And there a bit where he goes, I know Kung Fu now.
These are what I'm talking about. I'm fine with the overarching plot idea, but it's executed in a way where someone they're zipping up their leather jacket and they're like, it's on. They're putting like sunglasses on, and I'm like, fuck off, dude.
A minute ago I made a reference to the Melty Man, which is actually in Terminator.
Yeah. TF2. Yeah.
It's the agent guy that's in... It's that Matrix agent that's
I just
everywhere.
said TF2. That's Team Fortress 2. I meant Team...
We're both idiots.
Terminator 2. Yeah. But yeah, there's a bit, again, like, you know, Keanu Reeves is...
He downloads Kung Fu,
great
mate.
actor. But yeah, I've got an impression of Keanu Reeves, actually, if you want to see it.
Better than the one I just did.
Go on.
I know Kung Fu now.
It's quite similar, to be honest. But yeah, this is my Keanu Reeves impression. Here we go.
What? Jesus, that's outstanding. You want to hear that through headphones, guys? Watch out, Keanu, you're out of a job, son.
At least in the 2000s. He's probably better now, but...
No, he's exactly the same.
Yeah, so it's really bad. And yeah, there was that scene where they're like, right, let's fight or whatever. And he's like, I know Kung Fu now.
Yes.
It's so bad, dude. Such a bad film.
How many Matrixes is there? There's like a new one.
Yeah, there's like 4.
Oh my god.
Yeah. There was 3
The first one
ones.
was shit and they carried on.
First one was bad. Second one, Jesus Christ. Third one, oh my god, who watched this? Fourth one, everyone went to the cinema again to just be like, what the fuck?
Was it the same people that made all 4 of the films?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Matrix Reloaded starts with a woman riding a motorbike on the top of a skyscraper, and then she tries to get to another skyscraper with the motorbike, and then halfway through the jump, she jumps off the motorbike and does like a backflip. By the way, she's wearing all leather. I'm like, who is this for, dude?
It sounds like a trailer for Catwoman.
Yeah. You easily replace the character with Halle Berry Catwoman.
Fucking hell. The Matrix.
Yeah, bad shit. But that's my rant about the Matrix. I just wanted to say I wasted 2 hours fucking watching it. And I had to somehow turn it into a commodity.
You got a sweet little anecdote out of that. I don't think I've got anything to add to the movie situation.
No.
I've not watched a good film in bloody ages.
They don't exist.
They don't, do they? I did go to the cinema. I don't know if I spoke about it. Did I go? I went to the cinema to watch a documentary about Stevie Hyper D, the super famous jungle MC that died in the mid-90s.
No, you haven't mentioned this.
Have you ever been to a cinema that then at the end turns into a full-blown rave? Because that actually happened.
We
all just sat there.
Which cinema is this?
It was at the Odeon in Oxford, now closed. R.I.P. It was the last thing ever shown there.
Really? What, which one?
True, the main one, Gloucester Green.
I love that. I was literally about to say the only Odeon still open, and then it closed.
It's gone.
Is Odeon done as a company then? Is that done?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
No.
They just took away the ones right next to us.
Yeah, they took away all the good ones. But yeah, we went in to watch this documentary. Really cool bit of British history there, like early jungle history stuff, the makings of the whole scene. And at the end, they play like 2 or 3 tracks while all the credits come through, because it was Kickstarter, like we all funded it to be made.
Yeah.
So all of our names are on the fucking thing, but they're playing jungle really loud at the end, and the whole place, I swear, people sparked up spliffs and everything. It just turned into a rave. It was nuts, man. That's still airing. If you're in the UK and you see it at a cinema near you, go and watch it.
What's it called?
The Stevie Hyper D Experience.
Right.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's great.
And it's... Yeah. What is it like?
It's a documentary about
sad.
his life.
All right.
It's not. It's a little bit sad because he died.
Right. Yeah.
But
that makes sense.
Anyone who's been a fan of the jungle and drum and bass scene since the 90s knows who this guy is. In the UK, anyway.
Yeah.
Like legendary figure.
That's funny.
Cool. Yeah, I've never been to, like, the cinemas are very stable environment. Do you know what I mean? You go there and you go and watch it, and everyone goes home.
Yeah, that
was something else, man. It was ridiculous. I took my wife with me, and she was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
As well, so if it's the last, was it actually the last movie they showed?
Yeah, it was the last. I think it was the last thing that they actually did a run of there.
Yeah, surprising it turned into a riot then.
I mean, it looked like
we could have chairs out.
It did look like the building had been trashed, but I think that's just what the building looked like. It's probably why it's been shut down.
Yeah,
it's fucking nuts.
There used to be 2 in Oxford, and then
did there?
2 Odeons. Yeah.
Where's the other one then?
On George Street or whatever. There was that little one, and then the main one.
Oh yeah, no, they've closed the big one. I don't know if the
little one closed ages ago.
Yeah. Well, there's no more Odeon.
That's nuts. The cinema goes down the tube, all thanks to Marvel.
Thing is, yeah. Well, the thing is though, they're quite. That's not an independent, is it?
What?
Odeon?
No. I think so.
Well, all the independent ones in Oxford are doing really well.
Yeah.
Fuck Odeon.
Indie films. Woo. That's what always happens. And literally with any media, it's the same with like games and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like it's like, it goes well. People start getting into it. Oh my God, this is the most popular it's ever been. Let's make these AAA. Oh my God, we're bored of AAAs. Yeah. Oh my God, the whole thing's crashing. No.
The industry's ruined.
Meanwhile, like indie is just like, like every time.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, how many Marvel films do you need to see in a year? I'd say 0.
Yeah.
Personally.
In life, 0.
There goes the other half of our listeners.
Yeah. Some guy now in Wolverine things just like
just looking at his
taking off his Captain America hat. No, fuck. Yeah. No,
that's funny.
It sucks. They suck. They're bad films, but I think the only thing that's going on at the moment, but that is because indie is horror. Horror still goes good.
Yeah,
horror films still good, but that's because when you're an indie producer or director, the first thing you do is horror because it's the easiest thing to
get in, and
it's just the easiest. Like,
do you think it's the easiest to write?
Yeah, because you just go ah. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, and then the thing went ah. That's
the thing
like
is,
the whole
as well,
story point.
I think the best horror things are they're not like visually they're disturbing in a way that like it's not like a jump scare or a ghost or something. It's like this is fucking weird and it's creeping me out.
Watch Smile. Smile is that basically.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed that. There was adverts for it everywhere.
Very, very like it's the first time I've been to a cinema to watch a horror movie where I was like, that was actually like fucking. A sick, like could go in the top 15 films of all time.
I think I'd actually get scared.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. Like it's pretty gnarly. Like
I'm just anxious anyway. Like if I sit in a cinema watching that sort of shit, I'd just be there like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I had an anxiety attack, like an actual one at the end of oh fuck, can't even remember the name.
Free
of the film.
Willy.
Yeah. Swim Willy. No. Oh no. It's the one with Joaquin Phoenix in it. And
you're talking to the wrong guy.
Yeah. I'm gonna quickly Google it so I don't piss literally everyone off in the world. Oh, fuck's sake, I can't remember the name. Joaquin Phoenix horror film. Beau is Afraid.
Never heard of it.
Alright, it was a new film, a new horror film. But at the end of Beau is Afraid...
Don't ruin it for...
Spoilers! No, I'm joking. But at the end of Beau is Afraid, there's a bit where there's like water, and they're on water, and then someone falls in, and then the end scene is probably like 2 minutes of them
just struggling
to get out of the water, but they can't get out of the water.
Yeah.
And the room was so hot, like it just felt really like they'd cranked the heating up.
It was like a 4D experience.
And we was watching it, and I could just feel like this like thing happening inside of me. I had no idea what was like actually going on.
You thought you were having a heart attack or something.
Yeah, I was like, I can't like breathe in right now. Like I couldn't like get air of it. It wasn't because of the film. It was because of the
whole
film
environment
and the heat and the thing and the it was
when
everything.
When did this happen?
Yeah, looking when Beau is Afraid to come out.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, I think it was last week. No, I think it was mid 2024.
Oh, you said a new film.
Yeah, it was a new film. Yeah.
8 months ago.
Yeah, that's new.
That's funny. You are just catching up with The Matrix.
Yeah. Matrix. I watched a brand new film called The Matrix. Are you going to cinema to watch Shawshank? That's going to be sick. I've never seen that new film.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but no, I had like a panic attack, and I just turned to my girlfriend and was like, I've got to go or whatever. I was already like beading sweat, and I just ran out the room and literally was like in the male toilets like and when she came out, she's like, what's wrong? And I was like,
I don't
know.
Did you drink a massive energy drink on the way in?
No, we didn't have anything. I didn't have anything that time to cause that. I don't know what it was. I would say it was the movie, because the movie is
fucking anxiety.
Yeah, the entire time. It's like Uncut Gems. Like that movie, you just have an anxiety attack in that film.
That film stressed me out so much. I was so relieved when he got killed. I just thought,
yeah.
that's life. This is really hard. it's over.
Yeah. I think that's everyone's feeling watching that film. Anyone who I've recommended it to has been like, "You're a dickhead," by the way.
I'm already trying. Yeah, what's that?
Shot on the head. Oh, good. Cool. End.
Sweet.
Yeah, I love that film though. But yeah, so I had an anxiety attack watching that one. But Smile, I watched that in the cinema. That's a good film. That's, like you said, it's just subtle horror. The only thing that's scary about it is literally someone going.
Which is fucked up.
It's literally the whole thing.
I don't know if it's just you smiling that creeps me out or yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's such a shit. I can't do the grin. If you want to do it, you have
grin
to stand
don't
in
look
front
normal.
of the mirror. You have to stand in front of the mirror for ages.
It looks like a computer generated grin.
Can't do it. But it's so good. They do this shit-eating grin so good. Like, they must have trained the actors to do it like a certain type of way.
Well, it must have been like during casting. They're like, you got to do this weird grin. Let's see if you tick all the boxes.
Yeah.
You're in the grin.
Good.
Bit.
That's freaky grin. Hired.
You're in.
Your grin's not that good.
But you've got more of a creepy granddad grin. That don't work.
But yeah, I like the horror films where they do the subtle, where they don't go, look, it's happening. Look at that. Oh my god. Be scared.
I think we spoke about it before. I haven't been to the cinema to watch horror since Saw 1.
Yeah.
And me and my wife snuck in loads of McDonald's.
Everyone's got to smell fucking McDonald's while someone saws their leg off.
It's so fucked up. I don't even eat that shit anymore. I don't know what we were doing with double cheeseburgers.
It's funny going to watch a gore film and being like, I think we should have a snack.
Fucking disgusting. Yeah.
Saw 1. I raw dogged the cinema the other day.
Whoa.
I went there, no water, no popcorn, no nothing. Just walked in, sat down, watched the film, left.
That's fucking...
it's unhinged, isn't it?
That's fucking frightening. That's...
yeah. It was weird.
Fucking hell. That's Dark Knight vibes.
Full Joker makeup. Walked in.
Jesus Christ.
No drink, nothing. Just sat there like...
Sat there completely rigid. He didn't move his neck once. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
I don't know.
What did the kids think?
Yeah. It was Toy Story 4 and I just felt like... No. I can't remember what we watched. I can't remember what it was.
Both of you did it. You and Key just fucking...
I think she had a drink. But yeah. It's the first...
What an observation. I think she had a drink.
It's the first time I've ever done that. It's the first time I've ever felt compelled to sit down without buying anything.
People weird. Talk about raw dogging flights to Australia and you're proud about doing an hour 20 in a cinema.
Yeah. I would not do that flights thing for shit.
I can't raw dog 20 minutes. I have to put headphones in. Like they're on about getting on a flight and just sitting there, not watching nothing, no music, no podcast.
Oh, they watch the plane thing.
It's not even real. You know? There's a bit where it goes off.
The image of the plane going towards like the thing, just watching it move like that is...
Mate, I've done it. I have done it, but I was listening to like Joe Rogan or something at the same time.
Yeah.
It was that era.
It's acceptable. Yeah.
Mate, I would freak out if I was going for a long flight when we were travelling for a year, like looking at a 14-hour flight. I was freaking out, panicking, downloading every shit podcast I could find.
Yeah. I don't think I could do 14 hours. I think I would eventually have a psychotic break and be like,
I think I'd have to drug
I need to stand up, I need to run.
You can stand up and run. There's no rules against that.
Just they will shoot you.
You might get just don't run towards the pilot, you'll get tackled.
I need to see out the window. Yeah.
I think you'd be alright.
It's that I get the same feeling thinking about it as, you know, like when you see them videos of people crawling when they're doing the rock, the caving, but they're crawling through like a tiny little thing.
What's the longest flight you've done? 3 hours?
I need to stand up. Like I couldn't.
Yeah, but I don't know why you think you're not allowed to stand up on a plane.
On a plane?
You can stand up and walk around.
What if it's got the seatbelt?
Yeah, that's only at takeoff.
Is that only at takeoff?
Yeah. And if there's mad turbulence. And if there's turbulence, you're going to be worried about other stuff.
Turbulence?
Turbulence. Turbulence.
Turbulence.
If there's turbs.
There are a couple turbs in the air. Yeah, well, I...
Raw dog some turb flights. Jesus Christ!
Yeah. I just, like, even if I've got something to do, like, I've got something to do in, like, 2 hours, I will pace around the house. Like I can't like stand in one spot.
I've really had to work on that.
If the flight was like 14 hours, it'd be like an hour 20 left. I'd be like pacing around.
Yeah, that's everybody on the flight. Do you know the good thing now is all literally just flew to Mexico. She had Wi-Fi the whole time. Yeah, she was Sky-Fi-ing me. She was up there on WhatsApp. I'm like, where are you? She's like, I'm in the fucking sky, you nutter.
What, then you're not allowed before? I haven't been on a plane since.
I've never been on a flight that's had like proper Wi-Fi.
I've been on flights that are like half an hour, 40 minutes. Yeah. Like max.
No, you've been to Spain with us back in the day. I was like 3 hours, 2 hours.
Yeah, but I was so drugged up on
goofballs.
Travel pills.
Yeah, that's the best way to travel.
I have no memory of it at all.
You know, Paul McKenna has got all these tapes of like how to think yourself thin, how to not be scared of this. His technique for long haul flights is getting blind drunk.
That's the way.
And it works.
Well, as a kid, I remember they gave me travel things, and I would sleep in the car to the airport. I would go through security, and then I would just sleep, and then I'd be in Spain.
We'd be stuck at security like, look, he is not on heroin. He's a kid on a sleeping drug.
Yeah. I think it's because they knew that I would be a kid and go, I need to stand up!
I think you'd
and
probably...
Our parents were just like, no, I'm not dealing with that.
You'd be all right if the end result was being in Austin. Would you be able to do it?
No.
9 hours?
Because I would be like, I've got to do another 9 hours to get a couple days.
Couple days. All right, well, you're stuck on this tiny island then.
I like the idea of getting the Eurostar to France and then fucking driving on land for the rest of it.
That's definitely on the agenda, that's for me.
Yeah.
Easy done.
Yeah, that's better than flying, in my opinion. But the problem is America is...
It's fucking long.
Out of the question.
It is long. I don't like flying. I'm not scared of flying, but I don't like being on a plane for a long time. Yeah. And flying to Indonesia was literally like 14 and a half hours.
Yeah.
And that was pretty intense. I had the OP1 with me though.
Yeah.
I was literally headphones in. I was loving life. But hour 7 or 8, you're thinking, fuck, we only just hit halfway. Yeah. It's been a whole day.
I would have to sleep it.
Good luck sleeping. You're too long as well. You have to fold you up like a fucking envelope.
How long are you going? What's the time?
44 minutes. We've been going about 36 minutes.
All right. Well, I reckon we should maybe listen to some tapes.
Let's get some tapes. That was a nice bit of chat.
It's
good to catch up.
Yeah.
It's not like we spend every day together. Not talking.
Yeah. Oh,
you got to talk. We'll do it. Let's play a tape and we'll do it.
I got to tell you about the gig.
Let's intersperse.
The gig.
Do we carry on? Because at least 10 of that is going to get cut. So,
all right, let me just tell you about this gig real quick. All right. Okay. For people who don't know, I'm a comedian, stand-up. I'm not professional. Well, I am professional actually because I get paid to do comedy, but not enough to live. But yeah, so I do stand-up. I am an open micer and I run an open mic. And we have at the open mic, literally anyone can come. They sign up on the day. And then they go up on stage like half an hour later to perform. Anyone can do it.
Yeah, which is how you ended up running it.
I went there for 2 years solid, and then they were like, "Do you fucking want to?"
This guy's not going away.
Yeah, you can just run the whole thing. I don't want to be here. And I was like, "Okay, yeah,
I've got it."
But yeah, so run the open mic. The game is come at 7:30, sign up. Half an hour later, the show starts, and then there's loads of acts going on stage and stuff. The first act is already on stage. I just want to tell you about one guy, basically, who came to the open mic. The first act is on stage. They're doing their thing, and then this guy shows up, and then he's like, he comes up to me, and he's just speaking in a normal volume voice. When there's a performance on stage, usually you're a bit quieter because they're doing their performance. But he was just like, "Can I sign up?"
You're like,
and I was like, "Oh." And then we went to the back of the room and spoke about it a little bit. And I was like, "What? So you want to sign up for this?" And he was like, "Yeah, if it's at all possible." And I was like, "Well, what's your experience? Like, how long have you been going for?" And he was like, 10 years.
Holy shit.
And I was like, "Okay, cool."
I'm Jimmy Carr.
And I was like, He knows everything about everything. I don't need to tell him about this. I don't need to tell him about that. He's been doing it for 10 years.
10 years in the game.
So I was like, cool, I'll put you on next. And he's like, okay, cool, sweet. And he sat down in the crowd, right? And the performance was on stage. He pulled out his phone and started recording a voice message. And he just was like, yeah. And he was just like, I'm going on stage in a minute.
No way.
A comedian's on stage doing his act. This guy's like 2 rows away from the front, and he's just like, I'm going on stage in a minute. Everyone in the audience was just like,
the fuck?
like, what was going on? Part of the act? Yeah, what's happening? And then the dude who was on stage, so mental, it's insane, to do a voice note in the fucking crowd of a performance. But anyway, dude finished, he was on stage. I went up and I was like, we've got another. And as soon as I started speaking, the guy who it just signed up was just like, and just started, just started walking to the stage. And then he was stood next to me while I was like introducing him.
He just stood there.
He was like, just stood there. And I was just like, it's this guy who's really eager to come up on stage. And then I like handed him the microphone. It's so weird. If you haven't been to a comedy show, this is so weird. It's so weird.
Normally you do that and they walk through the crowd.
Everyone gives them a round of applause.
All the cool people are at the back.
Yeah. Yeah. They come down. It's like, ooh. But he was just stood there like, and then fucking, I just handed him the microphone and just
so weird.
Left. And then he was just like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And no joke the whole time. Just like,
just ranting.
Just like, you know, when they come on and they say they know comedy.
Yeah.
He was doing that. He was coming on and he was like, yeah, well, I've been a professor for a long time. So, you know, I know comedy. I know public speaking, standing up, speaking to people.
I'm entertaining.
That's what I do. It was just
so
like
just describing what they're not actually doing.
Yeah, he was just like telling us that
he's narrating the actual moment.
I am a great stand-up.
It's not happening yet, but at some point.
And he was doing a bit, and then he was talking about the moon and like graphene.
Yeah,
this subject,
really thin graphite.
This subject that's coming up, but he was just talking about like science and like giving a TED talk basically or whatever.
So he's an Oxford professor.
It went on. I don't know, right? Because there's details that show up later that make you go, wait, what the fuck just happened? But he's on stage doing that. 5 minutes is up, right? Everyone gets 5 minutes. Yeah. Everyone knows that. You get 5 minutes. When 5 minutes is up, as the runner of the show, you flash a little torch. Like saying, hey, time's up.
Little blinky light.
Yeah, beep, beep. And then the performer on stage sees that torch and they go, oh, I've got to wrap it up now.
Yeah.
Right, so I fucking flash him up. Nothing. No response, right? Another 2 minutes passes, right?
Holy
and then I'm like, okay, I have to do something now.
You should have just gone up there.
I showed it. I did. I stood in the middle of the thing where people walk and I did that with the light and I was like, time's up, whatever. And he went, what? And I was like,
fuck.
I was like, time's up, you have to finish up there. And he was like, there's a time limit. And I was like,
yes,
what? Yes, there's a time limit. And he was like, what's the time limit? And I was like,
5 minutes ago. What the fuck?
I was like, 5 minutes, it's been 7. And he was like, oh, can I have more time?
No.
And I went, no. And then he goes, oh, but it's I was about to get to the funny bit.
What?
And I was like, that was too much time before the funny bit.
It's a 5 minute preamble.
He's like, I'd really like to finish it.
Oh my God.
And
how did you deal with that? Because you're great at confrontation.
I am when it's that stuff. When I know I'm right, I'm like,
get the fuck off.
Yeah, I literally just walked up the stage and was like, no.
What a legend.
And then he went and gave me the mic. And I took the mic and was like, this guy, everybody, yeah. And they all gave it. They were being courteous and giving him a round of applause.
That's insane.
And then I was introducing the next act or whatever. Next act comes up on stage and he goes, the guy in the crowd, sits back in the crowd, picks up his voice note again and goes, there was a time limit and I didn't know.
What the fuck is wrong with that guy?
And then, midway through the performer or whatever, he picked up his stuff, his bag and everything, and just left. Like, just he arrived, signed up, went on stage, and left immediately. Right?
That's rude for a start.
So rude. And then the performer who was on stage after him, they finished up. I realised he had gone, and so I went on stage and was like,
What the?
"Hi everyone, this performer, well done, yeah. What the fuck just happened with that other guy?" Do you know what I mean? And everyone was like, "Yeah, well, I just did like 10 minutes.
Hilarious.
10 minutes on that other guy, and one of the audience members was like, "He bought a pillow." He had his bag. He had like a rucksack on and a pillow.
Dude,
He's
when
homeless.
are you gonna learn? How many? It's you. It's fucking you. You attract homeless mental people because you look and act like one.
Oh, there's a homeless guy in there on stage.
That homeless guy's doing really well. I'm going in.
So he said he's professor.
First fucking.
No way. Professor does not carry around a pillow with their fucking rucksack.
Oh my god.
Secondly, he said 10 years experience. No.
He's been homeless for 10 years.
Yeah. 10 years experience. You would know, number one, what a light is, and number two, that you have 5 minutes.
Wait,
and to do jokes.
Yeah, that's the main bit, is to be funny. Is 5 minutes on open mic universal? Is that a known thing?
Yeah. I think like in most cases you get 5 minutes, but it was even so. He was like, "There's a time limit," and it was like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do? 25, dude? Fuck
Stay
off."
up there for an hour.
It's like,
that guy's nuts.
it was literally insane.
There's a lot of red flags though leading up to that you didn't pick up on.
Yeah. I didn't see the pillow in his bag. I took 10 years as. I was just like.
Was he really tanned?
No. Yeah, it's been out in the sun. Living in the sun.
Did he have
hair?
Did he have a little dog?
Yeah. But
on a string.
It was just like
instead of a lead. Come on.
Yeah.
That's nuts, bro. What the fuck is?
It was just crazy overall.
Do you think he'll ever come back?
No, there's no way. He was so pissed off. Like, he was so pissed off that he couldn't continue.
I think he was... Wait, what sort of device was he talking into? A phone?
A phone, yeah. It was just on WhatsApp.
He might have been... Yeah, he was voice noting to one of his homeless mates or something. Like, "I'm on in a minute. Get down here.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Feed the dog and come down."
But he said, when he was on stage, he said, like, "I'm a professor. I speak in front of people all the time. I've been a professor for 10 years. And so I was like, there's the 10 years experience. That's what he's talking about. Talking, not an act. And so he just didn't get any of the information package that you need when you're about to be the first time performer.
That's insane.
And also during his set, he was like, "My biggest fear is bombing on stage."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you just
he did it for like a whole 7 minutes after that. Like, I just
That's
don't...
fucked up.
Yeah. And then I was like, "Yo, get the fuck off stage in front of everyone."
What are you doing?
But it was crazy. And then I got 10 minutes of material out of it. Like,
So you got 10.
I got a good...
No one went, "Oi, 5 minutes, you can't."
Host, get off stage! Yeah, but literally everyone, the tension in the room was there. The act after the weird guy didn't melt that tension. And then when I went on stage after I realised he was gone, I was able to like, rip into him. Everyone, the whole room was just on fire because of that.
That's the elephant in the room right there.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking insane.
People obviously would like, "This comedy show's weird. Like, I can't believe that." And then when I went up there, like, "That's not normal. This is fucking weird." Like,
if you would have just styled that out, people would have been like, "I'm never coming back.
I'm never going to that weird show again."
Fucking, that is bizarre, bro.
Yeah, it was mental. It was. I don't understand the mindset of anyone who like. It would be like turning up to Quick Fit and being like, 10 years experience as a mechanic. Can I work? Do you know what I mean? And they're like, "Yeah, get in there." And you're like,
Wait. When I said mechanic, I meant professor of talking.
Yes. Good. I can't put myself in the mind of going on stage with no information and being like,
I don't know. I think you assumed that he knew what was going on.
10 years
experience.
Like, he knows more than me, this cunt.
I don't know. Yeah, it would be patronising to say to that guy, "Well, you've got 5 minutes," and he'd be like, 10 years, mate.
Yeah. I took it as literally like, "Oh, this guy's gonna go on and rip."
Yeah, it's gonna
like
kill.
I was ready for him to like go on and kill, and then when he went up, and
You
was
lucky
just
you
like,
didn't put him on at the end.
Yeah,
Imagine it.
Yeah.
10 years.
Headline.
You can close it.
Yeah.
Closer, mate. Brilliant.
Or imagine if he just went on and been like, "Juice!" I would be like,
Holy fuck. Well, we've seen a few that are kind of like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But they get ousted very quick.
Yeah, 10 years experience.
That's fucking wild, mate.
It was funny. The whole gig was like haphazard, and then that thing happened, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that guy's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you can do to be more vigorous. No, it's not really your problem.
I'm happy it's happened because it's something funny that happened. But yeah, go to an open mic if you are into comedy.
I'm going on in 1 minute.
If you are into yes, he's allowed me on.
The host is hosting.
What the? Voice notes in the audience.
That's
crazy.
Amazing.
But yeah, if you're into comedy in any way, any shape or form, find your local open mic and go watch that, because unhinged scenarios always occur.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny.
I always say, like, the acts are the acts. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are new. A lot of people it's the first time.
Yeah.
That you get good ones, you get bad ones. That is what it is. But the environment itself is fucking insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
Grouping people who have, like, joke dreams.
Well, they're all a little bit egomaniac, maniacal.
Grouping performers together just creates a scenario.
Yeah, it's mad.
But also, like, I see the open mic as, like, the performers are the middle bit.
Yeah.
The actual open mic is an unhinged person getting on stage. That's the actual open mic. Bit. If you're lucky, that will happen at the open mic, and then you'll have good comics either side as like the break.
Yeah.
But fucking it's you want an insane situation to occur.
How quickly the vibe in the room can switch. Yeah. Everyone's just like, what's happening? What is happening?
I don't think this is how the show's meant to go. Yeah,
that's gold.
Good stuff. I just needed to get that off because
Joe, you've been holding that in for 6 weeks.
No, it's 2 weeks ago. No, it was last week, not this week, but the week before.
Good one.
Yeah.
Good
stuff. So that's what happens at the open mic.
That was fucking nuts. You're a crazy cunt.
There's no end to that story. It still goes on.
It's still happening. See you next week. Actually, he's at a gig on Thursday. Get down there.
Yeah. See you in 2 days. There's a tapes. Let's play some unlabelled tapes.
We've had a fresh delivery.
We've had a fresh delivery of unlabelled tapes. Wait, we've got a noise on this. Going through into the next section. I can't find the sound.
I'll do it.
There we go.
100% of the time, it's the wrong button. But
I'm like, it's definitely that one.
Do it again.
Yeah. We're going through to the next section. Right. This is when we play.
I've already got one.
That's not on camera.
Is that it?
Yeah, remember it's mic side basically. So.
Yeah, it's throwing me off.
Yeah. You got an unlabelled tape.
It just says cassette magazine and someone's printed the numbers 543 on it.
Trippy. All right. Let's see what's on this cassette. I'm going to pop it in the player.
No effects. It could be blank.
Yep. Full blanky.
What? That was a dead start.
It's alright, that's what happens. Couple blanks.
I think it's blank. I'm going to rewind it all the way.
Alright, get another one. I have this one here that I showed in the intro.
Oh yeah.
Nothing on it, mate. It looks a bit like it's
could also be blank.
It's overstocked.
Yeah, that's what makes you think it might be
Let's see.
A Blankington.
Got it? Whoa! Something's happening.
It's extremely distorted.
Oh. Stopped. Rewind it a bit more. Is there any more to rewind?
That's the whole tape. Someone give up on that real quick. Is that it?
Yeah, that's the end, I think. That's funny. I can't ID that song. Oh!
Who the fuck made this recording? What is this? I think the Beatles.
Yeah. That's weird. All right.
That is definitely the Beatles, isn't it?
Go. I think so.
Fuck.
I think that was the Beatles. All right. Well, that was a weird one as well. I don't really know what that. It sounded like a test tape.
Going back to the.
Yeah.
Blank.
Giving up on that one. I have another.
Draw for the tapes. Let's keep going until we find a good one.
There is. Now on it, mate.
Phillips.
Here we go. Oh. I got it the wrong way. I can't see.
It's fully loaded, mate. Please.
The suspense.
Please be something.
Oh.
Wednesday morning at 5 o'clock as the day begins.
I love this stuff.
Silently closing her bedroom door, leaving the note that she hoped would say more. She goes downstairs to the kitchen, clutching her handkerchief.
Stop. What the fuck
Pull
is
that
that?
out.
Pull up. Rewind.
Pull up that.
Leaving the note that she hoped would say more.
I've just noticed we swapped sides on the thing as well. That's alright.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna face this way to make it see.
We look like we're saying a little conga line.
Turning the back door key, stepping outside, she is free.
What the fuck
It's
is
so
going on?
trippy. Alright.
Alright, what was that?
Who's that? Simon and Garfunkel?
Probably.
I don't know.
That's funny. I like
I like that music.
that kind of music. Yeah, I wouldn't.
We
choose
can't
to
put
listen
that on
to
the
it, but
we can't put that on the sample library though.
put it in the outbox.
That one. Pull that.
What the
Pull
premiere?
that Premiere and show it to the cam. There's got to be something good on that.
Fucking hell, it looks ancient. It's assembled in Mexico. It says USA components assembled in Mexico.
Why would they send it?
Premiere.
Dusty ass thing.
I don't understand the logistics of that, like making
All the
material
little parts
in
and-
America, sending it to Mexico to send it back to America.
And then send it to England.
Yeah, and then somehow it's here.
Somehow we've got it.
It's part way through, which is good. Pop her in.
Which way? Yeah. Should we just go from wherever it was stopped?
Yeah, see what happens.
It's so wispy.
It's so quiet, yeah. It's like paper thin.
What? I mean, it's sample heaven. What era do you think this is?
60s?
Mid 50s, 60s?
I was like, on a clear day!
There's so much hope back in the day for these beautiful songs.
It's just that I find it funny, like, to be a vocalist back in the day, you had to just like be good at singing.
Clearly.
Like, that was
Really
flat.
Enunciating
Be
very
good at
well.
singing. We don't have the machines to make you sound better.
Yeah, you got to
Just
nail
be
it.
good. Yeah.
Also, you got to write your own lyrics.
Also,
And they
sing
don't.
into the end of this trombone-looking thing.
The studio's a mile away. Just scream through this tube.
We're going to record to radio. to record.
Or my house.
Ooh. That was a broadcast.
Some of our most popular Scottish songs were originally pipe tunes handed down from father to son. And one of the best, I think, is Mongachi or my house.
Mongatti in my anus. It sounded like her singing. Wait, what? It sounded like she was like, and my favorite song is this one.
Right. I want to hear that bit again.
Some of our most popular Scottish songs were originally pipe tunes handed down from father to son. And one of the best, I think, is Mongachi or my house.
I think this is a really, really old radio broadcast.
It sounds like her voice.
She just switches.
It has the exact cadence of her voice.
That's just everyone's voice in the fucking 50s.
I think it's a live performance.
Nah. What? She's like, and that was one handed.
Yeah, literally like.
Right.
One of our famous songs is something. There's something big in my anus.
That's how they hit the high notes.
No, that's crazy. That sounds.
That's a 1950s radio broadcast.
Yeah. Do you notice they were speaking proper English?
Yeah. What year did like the first radio broadcast happen?
Well, it's just like when you're watching old movies and like literally everybody was like, "What were you talking about just now?" Wow, that's so strange.
It's the Queen's English. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
And he whistled me out, but the tail of his shirt from his trousers hung out of it still.
What the fuck?
Music is weird.
It was weird back then. The lyrics were all like biographical.
Just telling a story.
Yeah.
Then she
I went to the top of a hill one day. Like, what the fuck are you on about? It's all about prancing through fucking meadows. And
Yeah.
do we try and get to another bit of chat?
Song's gonna go on for 20 minutes.
Fucking 45 minutes by the looks of it.
And now for verse 28.
It's got to be the end, hasn't it? Another 9 minutes after this.
Yes. It's starting
What
back up.
Alright. Do we draw another tape? We've been going an hour.
Listening to this song for an hour. I just love that, yeah.
And that
It all
was one.
sounds the same. Literally just sounds like one long song. I went to the shop and then I saw my own feet and then I walked further. Oh. Oh, there we go.
I'm worried about the levels.
As long as they're good on that, that's fine.
The closing song tonight is the ever popular aria from Madame Butterfly, One Fine Day.
Let me go back so we can.
The closing song tonight is the ever popular aria from Madame Butterfly,
Pause it.
One Fine Day.
There's no way the announcer is the same person, actually.
Obviously not.
Because just then it was like, "Ah!" And we
That is so good. Oh, it's all this fucking noise in my ears.
that was funny. It's just the fact that it's just
turn
the
everything
XL.
up because the tape's so quiet.
Yeah.
That's nuts, mate.
I love as well that every single song ends with like the crescendo of like
Tonight is the ever popular aria from Madame Butterfly, One Fine Day.
Madam Butterfly.
oh, you know this one.
Yes, famous one from Madam Butterfly.
It's the classic. Shane's mangling it all up.
Right, I'm out of here.
Alright, new tape.
Get a new tape.
Get a new tape.
That was fucking nuts.
That was fucking Crazy.
I'd quite like to go through that tape and just snip all the. And next we have. And put them on the Patreon, on the old sample library. Sign up to Patreon
at the old negative 78 dB.
That was the end. Might need a little bit of EQing.
All right, stack. I choose. Right, that's got something on it. You.
Whoa. I reckon that stack is all like. They should all have stuff on them.
Pop her in.
Says, but this one looks completely new.
Pause is on. Oh.
Please. And now for Madam Butterfly again.
I think it's blank. There we go. Oh, it sounds good quality as well. Yeah.
Oh. This is a known song.
You know it?
I know this, like...
You got that look.
It's Simply Red, bro.
We're back again with Simply Red. What was that? Yo, we love Simply Red. I know we've never listened to a Simply Red record before. And
Why
never
do we know
in our
it?
personal time. As soon as it starts, every time it's Simply Red, we're like...
I know that. It's just got the Radio 2 funk on it.
And then fucking Mick comes in like... And I'm like, oh!
I love the thought of coming home to you.
Your face is just beaming. You smiled at me boasting my pulse roller coastering. Anyway,
Shane's mashing it up. Yeah.
Can we play that whole album? The best of Mick Hucknall.
Mick Hucknall,
Is it
please.
Mick on his own or is it Simply Red? Because
that-
he's done a lot of
Did
solo.
you do solo stuff?
I don't know, actually.
Just making it up. Yeah.
Trying to create a bit of tension.
That's good. That's good. What's on the other one? Let's
Mickey.
hear the B-sides.
Oh, Mickey Huckles. It's going to be a live recording from BBC Proms or something. Mick at his best.
only you can capture
Totally.
one look.
I think it is. This is live.
That she's got it bad. One look in the mirror shows I live as I want.
That's all we can do time-wise.
She's
Funk
got
it.
it bad.
We can't... Yeah.
All right, yeah, we have to cut it out. How long we got?
I think it's like 5 seconds.
No, it's more than that.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll find out. Let's move on.
Yeah, Mick Hucknall.
Cheers,
Always
Mick.
happy finding a bit of that. What we hope to find.
Every time we're like, yeah.
Who's
Wait,
this?
I don't know who it is though. But, oh, it's Mick.
Yeah. I've never listened to Simply Red on my own time, but now I think I might because of this podcast.
So
So smooth.
it's laden with middle of the road funk.
For the whitest ginger man possible. It's so smooth. Yeah, that's good. I'll find another tape.
Go for it. We better get to a main tape at some point.
Yeah.
We're in an hour and 10.
All right, we'll flick on a main one after this. Oh my god. Dropped half of them. So the thing that can happen with this podcast is you find a tape of a home recording and it's like someone recording the radio and then they like cough and fart. Something like that. That's
Yeah,
funny.
They're funny. When they're recording it just through the mic on the tape machine, like it's just recording the whole room.
Yeah. They've got the radio on. They think they're recording the radio clean, but it's just them like...
There's someone doing washing up.
Yeah. And we also caught one of a girl doing like singing practice. That was funny.
That was fucking mental. When you're singing with headphones on and you can't hear yourself.
Yeah. And then This morning, like when we went to go do this podcast, but I'm a sieve brain and I forgot the SD card. I went to go buy one. I was walking through Sainsbury's and there was a woman walking through Sainsbury's with headphones on.
No.
You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to think about
Dude,
it.
I can't believe you just said that.
What?
Fucking, there's a guy who sits out on the bench. You've probably seen him. He's a young lad that looks like a drug addict.
You're right.
And he sat out there. I think he smokes his morning doobie out there or something. And then on the way back, I saw him walking back, and he had his phone wedged up here in his hat like this.
Right. The old ghetto
Like
headphones.
that.
Yeah.
And he was rapping.
Oh no.
It was fucking...
What, is a beat on the phone? Yeah. No.
He was walking, his shorts were like really, really low down. And he was just like... And I stood on my driveway like...
Nah.
It was fucking insane, bruv.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
I
seen
love that
someone
guy.
doing that as well in Oxford.
My question is it wrong to film them?
No, that's their stardom. They're like, finally,
He's going to go
someone's
viral
filming
on our
me, like-
Instagram.
But,
He starts doing gang signs and shit.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, fuck.
uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But I remember when I was younger, I put headphones on and was I was going to go walk to school. And mum come running out before I got to the drive. And she's like, you can't. She's like, take the headphones off because you're singing while you're walking. And I was like, all right. I was a kid, so I was like, all right, okay.
People can hear you.
Yeah. And mum saved me.
Mum
luckily.
had second-hand embarrassment.
Yeah. Saved me. But I've seen so many people walking down the street, especially with like wireless headphones now, just being like, don't talk about me. You're like, do you not know that we can hear your vocalization?
I think they're just in like NPC mode. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're just walking through life like, I'm going to work. When
also
you can,
people when they've got headphones on and they're like,
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And
You
no
can
one
always
else can
tell when
hear
someone's
it.
listening to rap. Always, they're just like, oh shit. Get on the tube. I've spent a lot of time on the underground at the minute, mate. You see people just like trying to act normal. Or like someone listening to grime, they're just like,
can't resist it. Yeah.
get bass face, and then they're like, oh, I'm on a train. Yeah, fucking hell. That's not normal to walk around singing.
Or when someone's danced, like, have you seen someone like kick a dance a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh no, there was that guy. I can't remember. It might be early pod times actually. It might be on like episode 1 or 2 when we're talking about the pod. But there was that guy who was walking around Bicester, and he had like a jazzy overcoat vest thing on, you know, sleeveless thing, and he would just walk down the street going.
I've never seen that guy. No.
Oh my god! It was like a 2-week period of this guy walking down the street.
He was on tour.
in Bicester. Yeah, our town's so small.
He's in Banbury now.
Yeah. He's doing a trail. But yeah, he was just walking down the street going like playing air guitar fucking, because you feel like everyone else can hear it.
That's fucking
And
wild.
you can't, and then you take it off and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, and you feel, the thing is, having a personal soundtrack makes you feel a thing that no one else is experiencing.
That's what I mean. You're walking down the street like, I'm fucking so cool, dude.
Like that time I cried on an aeroplane because I was listening to Radiohead.
Adele got me hard. Like,
Adele did get me hard.
saw a picture of her.
Solid as a rock.
Yeah. That's funny though, doing the air guitar.
Yeah.
I love it if he was just like
Switch
sax solo,
You
drop
never
the air
see
guitar.
anyone air drumming while they're walking around though.
Yeah, I see that.
You ever seen it?
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
It's the worst.
What
because-
instrument have you never seen in a imagined environment?
walking down the street like
Just jazzing hard like Howard Moon off the Mighty Boosh.
yeah,
That's so
I haven't
bad.
seen that. Or flute. It's like walking down the street like
Busted. That's
I don't know why
hilarious.
air guitar's got that. It has that thing where you're like, yeah, I can do this.
I think if you play guitar, it's hard to not air guitar when you listen to it.
I think it's the opposite.
Is it?
It's wanting to play guitar. It's like if you can play Rock Band really well, you can't play guitar. You will air guitar.
Fucking hell. Air guitaring is one step down from fingerboarding.
Yes.
I'm gonna get into that next.
Watch me do a kickflip, mate. On my fingerboard. Yeah, terrible.
That's hilarious.
Each to their own. Each to their own.
No, fuck those guys.
Flip you like a tech deck. Right. I've just realised this isn't an unlabeled tape. This whole time I was holding it like it's got no label on it.
It's got a record label in the corner. Decca.
It's got a name on it there. Some.
No, don't play that. We've played enough 50s and 60s.
Put names one. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
one.
That's the gold.
Right.
Oh shit! I got one from a car boot that I really want to play.
Oh yeah. Find that one. For now, this one I just pulled out. No label, mate. No label. Is it downstairs?
No, that's one.
Yeah.
That is one of them.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sweet. Where was this from? Boot sale.
Yeah, car boot sale, and they were 50p each. Do you know who it's from? He's in a YouTube video of ours.
Is it the guy?
It's the old guy who sold us the Walkman, and we
Yeah.
were like, we're going to smash it up.
It's that guy.
Yeah, but he didn't remember me.
He never does. We've been there like 4 times now. He never remembers us.
Fucking senile old cat.
Yes, we're the most weird looking people ever.
We're the only people that ever ask for cassettes.
Those weird brothers come over.
He's
again.
like, I said, I don't want fucking Celine Dion or any of that
Yeah.
shit. I want the ones that are
Don't know what's on.
nothing. And he went into his car and come back with a whole load.
Nice.
And like these ones that are part played, dusty as hell.
yeah.
The tape's actually mouldy. Look at the fucking reels. See, there's white.
Yeah.
Don't know if you can pick it up in the camera.
Yeah, you can. We've got the reflection. That white stuff.
Like that's actual mould.
Actual mould.
Gonna have to clean our tape head after this.
That's real mould. All right.
But yeah, 50p a tape.
Let's see what
Totally
a mouldy
worth
tape
it.
sounds like.
That's
We're going to play it back.
Should we side A or side B?
What side's played?
Both.
We just don't know how far through.
Side A is 3/4 of the way through, basically.
Yeah, let's go that way.
Just straight in.
Yeah. Stop. I wish the audience knew the man we're talking about. It's the oldest man. And then it's just like...
I'll be honest, right? This is why I bought the stack. There was a couple of them, and this one just said, this is the only bit of writing on it, Jungle Don FM.
Hell yeah.
Which apparently is, Don FM is like a station that used to exist.
Right.
Like a pirate station, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was a few tapes that looked similar, so I just bought the whole
Where is he
stack.
picking these up from?
Where has he got these?
That's so funny. All right.
I know. Didn't I just say Celine Dion? That's not
This is that tune.
Who's mixed this? Why does it sound so bad? I think it's just a tape. It is. What is that sample? I will always love you.
Yeah.
Take it back to the top, let me come again.
Yes, mate. Oh, it's an MC.
Yeah. Track the bass. Here we go.
Yeah, boy. These sort of parties I'm at.
Wait, are we so desensitized from like tape fuzz that we can just hear this and be like,
Yeah, that's fine. Everyone's going to be like,
everyone's at home like, this is unlistenable shit. And we're just like,
Should we? I mean, it does sound terrible, but I can deal
I
with
can accept it.
that. I mean,
That was good. I want to know what the actual mix is. Dude, it's a pure night.
they're the MCs. This sounds like a free party. Why is it side change?
I think it's just the general. I think it's bass is pushing everything. That's good. It's got that.
I'm going to clean that tape.
I don't think we'll ever get good sound out of it.
No. Well, while we're here, we may as well play Jungle Don FM, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, that was good. I
love that
What
music.
era is that?
Early 90s.
It's like pure 90s.
like
Got the-
92, 93, 94.
I swear we've heard that Celine Dion
Yeah,
Love You
it's
tune.
fucking, it played every day on Cool FM.
Yeah. But the tune it went into was a bit more hard tech.
It was like hardcore techno stuff. I've been to a lot of parties that are playing exactly this stuff at the minute.
Yeah.
Like, because this 90s, some revival shit. Oh, this is even earlier. That's some 91 biz, that is.
Somehow sounds cleaner than the other one.
It's just as disgusting. That it's all fucking mouldy.
The old Crash Bandicoot sounds, that's how you know.
Oh, is that a bit of talking?
Shut down at the fat guy with your mum, I'll try.
Holy shit! What? We need to rewind this to the very start.
Yeah.
To see if it's like, welcome to my radio show.
The radio's name.
I've done it straight into a tiny dictaphone.
Play the tunes like.
What the fuck?
Made me voice tiny as a mouse's.
Oh my god.
I'm going to play some really loud hardcore now.
That might need to go in a different player, I guess, if it's.
Should I do it over here? Or
It's taking that long to go back. What time are we at?
hour and a half.
I don't know. I'm worried about jamming now. I'm like, we should just fucking tapes all the way through.
We can just keep pulling tapes. Don't matter.
But it's not a good example of what we do. But
What about pulling a tape until we find a good sample to jam on? And then just do that.
yeah, I'm up for that. Usually we'd find the main tape. Usually now we'd switch to the third section of the pod and we'd play a tape that we know is going to be funny or interesting.
We can, but we can't guarantee we're going to be able to use any of it.
Yeah, I just think we've gone on with time a bit, that's all. And so...
Let's do another one straight after. Let's see what the intro of this tape. Oh, just straight in. Just straight
It's so
in.
much darker in the old days.
Had that.
This is the stuff that I'm into.
Insane.
Yeah, bring Mark back to Finley, I'll try. Shout out to the arsonist in the studio.
That's hilarious.
08310994667 gets you through London. Let's go.
You had a shout out.
Let's go. 106349 gets you through London. Let's go.
Sounds of the Chain 57. Sounds of the Donovan.
Yeah, man. Proto jungle, mate, this. That tape
Yeah.
is going on Patreon.
The whole team.
The whole thing. You got to join our Patreon if you want access to the secret library.
If you want to hear that guy like...
I'll try London.
I've got the worst mic in the world. I pick up my mum.
Usually here we'd do some sort of jam. We'd play with our instruments and stuff like that. But I think we've been recording for like 2 hours or some shit. So we're going to draw the pod to a close there. Listen to the other episodes. There's a jam at the end of the pod if you really want to hear the music part.
It's not about the music, though, is it?
I just realised the window's open as well.
Shit.
So good. We'll close that window.
Wide open.
Just hear like pigeons. Like,
Definitely hear the road.
yeah. So usually we'd jam or something like that. We'd use his voice and then we would make some like music accompaniment stuff. Yeah. But we've been listening to tapes too long and chatting for too long, and this podcast needs to come to an end. So I think we're gonna end it there.
Yeah.
Next video we'll do a good jam. We'll make it up.
We'll make it a bit more music focused.
We'll make it up to you by doing a good jam next
No one's
time.
here for the music, let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're here.
But put a comment below if you are here for the jams. If you used to listen to this podcast until the video started and you want to hear more like jam stuff, we'll do that. But yeah, for now, I think I'm going to draw it to a close there.
We better add, because it's the first video app and it could end up being 2 hours.
4 hours long. Oh.
It's a bumper edition.
So yeah, thank you for checking out the podcast. Please do come back. Sing About Tapes podcast. Do I say something at the end?
We are Corcoran.
Yeah.
Still.
We are still Corcoran. No, I don't have anything to say at the end. Yeah, so we're going to end the pod there. Thanks for coming along. I don't have anything to say at the end. We are Corcoran. Just do that again. See you on the next one.
See you later.
Yeah? All right.
Bye.
Woo.
Something about tapes.
Nothing else.